Subscribe! Hey, you, right here, the one watching this video. Hey, do you prefer new or old games? I'm probably gonna put that in a quiz, because that's a new feature on YouTube, but whatever. Do you like do you enjoy newer or older games more? I think older games are like Wii and back. Okay, apparently, also GameStop considered Wii U a retro console, so, I don't think Wii U is a retro console. But, I just like Wii and back. Does that make sense? Yeah. Wii and back. The Wii and back, those games. I think I like those games better, because I've seen this somewhere before, but it's, like, the limitations of the hardware force the developers to, what's it called? Innovate. They force the developers to innovate with smaller game sizes and worse consoles. So I think that they're more innovative. But also I just dislike newer games because everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's 4K," and I can barely tell the difference between 1080p and 4K. So I don't really care about newer frame rates. I feel like that's what a ton of people are caring about. This holy lag. Oh my god, holy lag. But I feel like people are only caring about better frame rates, cuz the Switch 2, right? That was made just as a Switch 1 but with a better frame rate. I would have liked it better if Nintendo released a completely new console, and also at least, so they did a sequel twice in the past before, DS, 3DS, Wii, and Wii U, but at least the Wii U has another, like, thing. It's like another feature. The only feature of the Switch 2 is the game chat or a higher frame rate, so whatever, but like higher frame rates aren't always what you want. Sometimes you're gonna want like just 60 FPS, like even 30 FPS I'm fine with in some games. This is like 12 FPS though. Why? Holy lag, bro. But like, as long as you're above a minimum threshold, I'm fine with whatever graphics there are. But like, here's the thing: there's like a gimmick with every console, at least in Nintendo. I'm basically only talking about Nintendo here, but with every console, like the N64 was the first 3D console. Uh, the GameCube was GameCube. I don't know the gimmick of the GameCube, but the Wii was motion controls, the Wii U was the gamepad, the Switch was being able to take out the controllers and go into handheld mode wherever you want. It was basically just an addition to the Wii U's gamepad, so basically just like innovating on it. So kind of, we've been stuck with the same design for like not generations, but 3 consoles. Then the innovation of the Switch 2 was game chat. You can pull out your Joy-Cons a bit differently now, and it's bigger, and also the graphics and quality are better. It's like, okay, I don't really care about those. I would rather have a completely new console. And I know that some people dislike the Wii for its motion controls. I don't like motion controls. Sometimes they're used good, and I do like them, but mostly during the Wii era, it was just shake your control to do this action that we could have mapped to a button. So I didn't particularly like that, but Skyward Sword, that was pretty good because if it had perfect motion controls, that would be great. That would honestly be a great game. And I feel like the Wii was like what inspired VR or whatever. And I feel like VR's pretty cool. But here's the... Oh yeah, also they've had another sequel, the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. But the Game Boy Advance was okay. So for nearly every sequel, for every sequel except the Wii U, it's the main gimmick was more powerful because uh the main gimmick of the 3DS was you can look at your images in 3D if you hold it at a very specific angle. Do not press anything, and then it will work, and you can see in 3D. But I don't really like that as a thing. Also, another positive of older games, right, is the fact that you can just boot up a cartridge. You can just plop it in. See, I have an N64 right next to me. I can just go over there right now, plop in Ocarina of Time, and just play. Just immediately play. There's no wait times. You don't have to download anything. And that's a particular thing I dislike about the newer generations, because why do you need to download stuff? Why do you need an internet connection to play this game that's completely offline? It's because, what? You just want me to download it when you could have put all of it on the disc? It's a really stupid thing, because then, at that point, the companies, if they shut down, then the games that you buy from them just don't work anymore, but if you go back, okay, so imagine Nintendo shuts down, and even with newer games, you have to still download them. Nintendo shuts down, you can't really do anything about it. You just have your games already that are already downloaded. And it's the same thing with the Wii U. They should have kept the eShop open, but like pushed it harder, because honestly, the Wii U is a pretty good console, and it's just the fact that people don't like the console, so they shut down the Wii U pretty fast. They shut down the online servers. I would have still used the online servers. But, say, go back to older consoles, again, with the N64. If Nintendo just shut down, I can still go buy a game at my local game store, plop it in, play it, and it will play. And that's why I really think that game companies should go back to how they were before. They should really, just, like, game company, like, Nintendo, they should just, like, make, like, I have a Switch 2 right behind me, right? This Switch 2, if you get a Switch 2 game cartridge, should just be able to put it in and play. Also, I do like the fact that, with newer consoles, you can put in the old console game into the new one, and it'll work. But here's the thing. I think that should work for every console, so they need to stop switching between discs and little cartridges, because I want to play my Wii U games on my Switch. But here's the thing. The Switch doesn't accept discs. That's not what it does. And you could mod your Switch to do that, but then Nintendo would find where you live personally and execute you. But here's the thing, right? I just like older games, because I don't know, I just like older games. I have a 3DS. In this 3DS, right, I play on it a lot. Oh, better yet, as an example, I have this Game Boy. I play on this Game Boy all the time. I have 2 games, I think, on it, but one of them doesn't work because it's a Pokemon game and the battery's dead. I could give it to a company not Nintendo, but I could give it to someone to fix the battery. But anyways, this Mario game, it's Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins or whatever. I think it's a pretty good game, and I played it a lot. I don't fully have to, I can, like, restart the game, and I like that. But I like the fact that I could just go up to a store that has games, just walk in, buy, but, like, here's the thing. Nintendo, I feel like, is just trying to keep up with the other consoles. Now, at this point, Nintendo's just so far behind, they're not going to catch up, like, really ever, unless a new technology really is only discovered by Nintendo, patented by Nintendo, and makes the console way stronger. Or on, because I like Nintendo when they're just at. Because I like the three prong design of the N64. I like that. That's a cool controller. I like using it. How you can do 2D or 3D, and I like that. That's a pretty cool thing. But people don't like it, and so Nintendo saw this, was like, okay, let's fall in line with the other companies. Just make hardware and have our games. So really, all Nintendo is just a kind of copy of, like, they'll do they say that because here's my problem. They say that the Nintendo Switch 2 is like cool. It's not. It's just a Switch 1 but more powerful. I would rather have a completely new console that runs about as well as a 3DS. I know it couldn't play modern games on it, but I'd rather have that than a weird console that's just the past two in a new flavor. Because I really feel like this. The Nintendo Switch 2 is just the Nintendo Switch 1, which was just the Wii U. And each of them have, like, very minor upgrades above that. But I'm just saying stuff here. But I really do prefer older games. Like, I do like new games, like Mario Odyssey. I do like new games, like Ultra Kill is a new game. Rocket League is a new game, I think. Even Undertale is a pretty new game, because games from, like, the 80s, dude. But I think that all these games, the thing that I like about them is that they're, well, I don't like Rocket League as much as I like Undertale or Ultra Kill, right? I just like Rocket League so it's easy to talk to the camera. I like Undertale and Ultra Kill because it's basically an indie indie dev. And Toby Fox, right? He made Undertale from arrays, which is, like, so epic that, like, honestly, that's insane. That's crazy. It was, like, originally inspired from arrays, so, like, that's doing what the old consoles did with, like, innovating because it's not the best. Like, with Doom, it was completely 2D, except the fact that they kind of made it 3D by transforming whatever's. But that's cool, right? The SNES with Mario Kart making that a fake 3D, so cool. I think that's pretty enjoyable, right? Just like going around limitations, you know. But here's the thing, going around limitations means that you're limited. And then here's the thing, I feel like new games are too... I've said this so much, but, like, I'm trying to provide a new take on it, because new games are, like, new game consoles, at least. An all-new powerful, let's take PlayStation, for example. All-new powerful, PlayStation 6. And all it is it's just a more powerful PlayStation 5. Which was really, the PlayStation 5 was just a more powerful PS4. With some new games. I don't think there was anything different about it except the triggers, wasn't it? It's just something about the controller. But I don't think that that's what you should be doing if you're a game company, right? If you're a game company, you should be, like, making good games. Like, if you're a game and hardware company, not hardware, but, like, game and game console company, you should be making good game consoles, not just... That's also a thing that's, like, wrong with Apple. It's like, what even iPhone are they on now? Like, is it the iPhone 16 anymore? I don't remember. But really, people were making jokes. All the iPhone 16 was another iPhone 15. I think it's the iPhone 17 now, but it's just a copy just saying that the camera is all new and powerful, which is basically just like saying the the console is just all new and powerful. Anyways, I'm just saying stuff. Bye bye. Subscribe.